Hey guys, me Julz again. Yep, sorry for my video being late. I kind of had a lot of stuff to do yesterday, and I was kind of should I do a review of this episode? And I said, what the heck. Anyway, it is another episode of Time with Julz. Okay, just like last time, in case you can't hear me, please turn up the volume so that way you can hear me. Sorry, still using my laptop. Okay, so far, this new episode of Young Justice, pretty good. It was okay, it was fairly decent. Titled Salvage, episode 4 of season 2. Okay, pretty much, I like the two stories. Story A, where it was Superboy Blue Beetle kind of centered, and story B, which was Red Arrow centered. And I guess, sure, yeah, story A, pretty much, we get to know Blue Beetle a little bit. He shares a little bit of history about what happened in the last 5 years. The original Blue Beetle dying, being killed by the light. And also, we see a little bit of the Appalachian, we saw them in the Hall of Justice. We saw a whole lot of stuff in the Hall of Justice. But we needed to see it would have been nice to see the Appalachians in action. And apparently this episode actually gave us that. This episode gave us the Appalachians in action. It was kind of sad because actually there are 7 Appalachians and they only showed like 4. Only 4 Appalachians. Among them was Wood King, Stone God, Crystal Creature, and Gold Rock. It was okay. It was pretty cool how they actually melded together into one super giant golem. It's pretty cool. And also, seeing how Blue Beetle was able to communicate with that thing, super cool. But also a little bit ominous and creepy and pretty sad when that thing died. When the golem died, and you could see the expression on his face because he actually linked with that thing. And to actually link yourself mentally with a creature that just died, you can pretty much say that you felt death once. And also, it's pretty ominous as to who Sportsmaster's partner is. And also good to see Sportsmaster again. But apparently with Cheshire gone, he needed a new partner. And also on another note, on Story B, Cheshire is back, and apparently Roy and Cheshire, just like in the comic books, have a baby, Luann Harper. Oh, and she was so adorable. Well, any baby is adorable. And apparently nothing else would have snapped Roy out of it other than actually attending to a daughter that he now knows that he has. Apparently, when I saw the trailer for how Roy was, like how Red Arrow was gonna be in this episode, when I saw the trailer, like, oh no, is Roy on drugs again? Like, it happened in the comic books. According to my friend Seth, who is like a huge Red Arrow fan and Flash fan, Roy pretty much was on drugs in the comic books. Although that was after Luann died. Not saying that she might, this Young Justice is a spin-off on itself. The Young Justice show is a spin-off, so maybe that won't happen. But we'll never know. Okay, pretty much Roy looked like he was on drugs, with the long hair and the beard, and apparently he has not come to terms with the fact that he's a clone, and he is not giving up on finding Speedy. But also we learned that Guardian was also a clone. Okay, I guess this must have been hinted since he was there in Cadmus, and you might question, why is a hero actually working at Cadmus? So yeah. So apparently 2 Harpers, 2 people of the Harper family are clones. So this couldn't have been explained before, instead of just hinted at first. This would have been nice to know. Also, when I also had to just shake my head and say, no, Roy Harper, the real one, is still alive. Speedy's still alive. Even though Guardian said it was a Cadmus policy to delete the source material, he's still alive. And also the fact that it still freaks me out that the Roy Harper, the real one, has only one arm. Just a stub on the other side. It was still pretty creepy and kind of hints at the comic book, because in the comic books, Roy actually loses his arm and gets like a robot arm. He also has a child with Cheshire, and he also pretty much looks that way in the comic books because of his whole state of depression, but the only difference is he went into that state of depression after Luann died, and also he was not a clone. But seriously, finding out that Cheshire and Roy were married, legally anyway, like, wow, a lot of things happen in 5 years. And also, that's not the only relationship that's lasted in 5 years. And apparently, Wally and Artemis are still pretty much together. Wow, Wally was able to hang on to a girl for more than a year? Because I could never imagine him actually holding on to any girl whatsoever. I mean, he's adorable, and he's not that much of a jerk. But seriously, 5 years with Artemis. Wow. Seeing as how Cheshire and Roy got together over 5 years, I guess I shouldn't be so surprised. A lot can happen. And so far, Wally doesn't look any older. I would assume, like, since Dick is older, he's 18, and Wally has to be like, what, 21? You would think he would actually get older. I mean, I can pretty much tell he's like in college or whatever. He was like complaining about his assignment, but you know, he doesn't look any older at all. Still adorable. And still a nub, because he said like he's forgotten Valentine's Day for the 4th time in a row. Okay, this time he didn't forget, but still. Artemis, what do you see in him? Okay, I guess the cuteness, I guess, but still, a lot has happened in 5 years, and apparently they're answering it over time, and I guess that's okay. This episode was pretty good. Not too much of a wow factor, except for Roy's story that he has not let anything go. He is still looking for Speedy, and that he has a daughter and a wife over the last 5 years. That would actually be the wow factor there. The fact that he has a daughter. I wonder if this story will get any darker. Okay guys, that's all the input I have for this episode. I want to thank my friend Seth for giving me the intel as to Cheshire and Roy's relationship in the comic books. Thank you, Roy. I love you. And I will see you guys again next time. Hopefully earlier than usual. Okay, please subscribe, please make comments, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!